some noise for the homeboy Skeme one time.
Right, man. The very first time I had linked up with Dom, I was I probably like 16, 17 years old, man, and we was at a pool party at the Roosevelt Hotel office. I believe that's on Sunset, right? The Roosevelt. Yeah, it was at the Roosevelt on Sunset, and he was telling me like he had a crazy record for us, some fun shit on the Best After Bobby mixtape. And since then we just been rocking, and I don't even remember what year that was that joint came out. But since then, it's either I'm on his joint or he'll be on mine, and we just bounce in between working on each other. The homie always like to had an ear in on damn near every project of mine, and was just like, yo, that shit crazy. So, you know, that's basically where we linked in at a few years back, and now we just been rocking since then. And the people love it. I'm like really humbled by the shit dropping the way it did. Like, you know, people sometimes find shit to be old, especially in today's age. Like, it's old almost like a week or two afterwards, and it's crazy. But you know, I think like the golden thing about my position at the moment is just like, you know, we haven't had enough love yet for us to be like considered overkill by the time our projects go out. So it's constantly a lift with that joint, especially. And that's one of the projects I feel like, you know, a year and a half from now, I'd still be happy to stand by that project. Like, yo, this is who I am and this is what I'm talking about. And it's, you know, really me. So I definitely got mad love for that project, man, for real. And thank you to everybody, by the way, that supported my joint, for real. Man, I think, I guess I've always said the same thing, man. It's like a point of view thing for me, which is the biggest, like, you know what I mean, the biggest point of it all to me is like how you see it and how I see it. And, you know, that's the only thing that keep me different from you and you different from me. At the end of the day, you didn't live life the way I live. 9 times out of 10, I didn't live like the way they live. So, you know, we all got a different take on things. I think if everybody, the more real people keep it, like the more sincere the music is, it, you know, offers up for being a different angle on things. So, you know, I think that's the biggest thing with me is I try to keep it as sincere and like as real as possible from top to bottom on my records. And yeah, man, I think that's the biggest thing for me for the city. And, you know, I'm one of those guys like, you know, you proud to be where you from, you know what I'm saying? And I'm an Inglewood kid. So I've been there since I was 2 years old, and I'm 24 now. So that's 22 years of waiting to say, you know, I'm the fucking man from over here. So, you know, it's cool to have that moment right now, especially. Dom, Kendrick, Q, Absol, Casey, YG, Mustard, Ty, Joe Moses, T-Fly, Game, all them niggas, them is my brothers, like, for real, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that I do work with, I work on a level of, like, if I fuck with you, then we can make some music, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's like, you know, I'm not in a rush to really do that record. If I can't sit in the studio with you, like, and rock out, I'm kind of cool on that process, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I keep things at, for sure. It's just, you know what I mean, really being on a homie level with niggas before I get to delving off into a nigga work, you know what I'm saying? Crazy-ass record. That shit was, he had called me into the studio, man. I was supposed to be doing the same. I did a record called Turn Up or Burn Up with Problem and E40. And the same day that 40 had called me to do that record, Game was calling me to the studio like, yo, I need you to come in and get the joint done before the tape drop, which was at midnight that night, so it was perfect. It was like great timing, bro. Thank you. But it was crazy shit. So I get into the joint and I'm just listening to it. He had another joint on there called You Ain't Know, I think. And that joint was banging. And I'm like, nigga, let me get on this one. He like, all right, I mean, shit, you can get on whatever you want. And he just started playing me different shit. And, you know, I fucked with the tempo on that astronaut joint. And then he like, oh, me and Q on that one. I'm like, all right, I get it done. It ain't nothing. And he had asked me about another record called 5. And I ain't know the record was like with Lil Wayne and Chris. So if I had known that, I think I would have took a stab at that one too, just because you know what I mean? I've been a Wayne fan for a minute now, so, you know, for him to be who he is, that shit's dope as fuck. So I'm really looking forward to like, yo, I want a Wayne joint, you know what I mean, and get that down in my catalog. But the Astronaut Pussy joint and the California Love joint was crazy. Like, both of them was mad weird. Like, that shit was dope how that shit came out, for real. Them is my bros, man. You know, those is the homies, and that's always gonna be the same. But you know, the angle that I came at it was, you know, I've been working for a long time at trying to be somebody on my own too, and that was the end all be all of that. It was just wanting to be able to, you know, stand out and do my thing. never was a knock to the homies. It was just like, you know, them was my guys over there. You know what I mean, listen to what Top had to say, who was like a big homie to me for sure. And, you know, I was just like, man, I think, you know, I need to sit down and take a little bit more time with self on as far as like who I want to be in the game. And, you know, myself, my brother, a couple of other guys around me was just like, man, we could do this shit dolo and let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we was at with it. And still to this day, man, I remember Kendrick calling, like, when I had my son, like, you know what I mean, what's going on with you, man, how is love, man? I know that shit a blessing and all of that. So, you know, them is my brothers, them is my guys, homies since day one, so it's going to be the same way. Yeah, like a motherfucker. I mean, I had a crazy reaction like that when he first did his first numbers on the first week, because we was all like, I think it was me and Nip, we was at Boa just speculating on it, like, yo, what you think the homie going to do? I'm like, man, I'm thinking I think he could do 2. And then Nip was like, yeah, I do see 2. I was like, did he do like more than 2? I'm like, shit, I don't know, but I know he could do 2 for sure. And we just had a cool little funny argument. I think it was about him, Future, and a couple other niggas. But, you know, when he did that big number, and I remember him texting me, like, when I was talking about, like, yo, the album sound amazing, dude. Like, yeah, I think this one going to open the door back up for us on the coast. And it was crazy to watch it actually come true, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for any nigga that I deem as a friend of mine, you know what I mean, to gain success off of the shit that we want to do in life. So that's a big-ass thing for me. When I heard about the 7 Grammy shit, I'm like, yo, that's fucking amazing, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's some next level shit. And shout out to the homie, man. I seen the Jet Cover magazine too. He still got big ears, nigga, but you the homie. I'm on the side of, you know what I'm saying, whoever's got the best business offers for us, whoever can make us the biggest brand in the world. That was my you know, beginning ambition coming into the shit was being the biggest guy in the game. How can I achieve that? However that's I mean, you know what I mean, whichever way that's possible, that's what I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying? So I don't knock any kind of business. I go on the record as saying, you know what I'm saying, the independent route at the moment is amazing. We also go listen to them label deals and them offers, you know what I'm saying, from whoever. So I'm never going to knock any kind of business. And it's a major salute to my guys like Nip, like Adam, you know what I mean, that's able to do what they doing without the label, you know what I'm saying. In they shoes, I think it's a little bit different, especially at the moment, you know what I'm saying. There's nothing you can really do to stop that. Yeah, it is what it is. $100 a CD is pretty bold, huh? Yeah, I do a lot of writing records, R&B joints stuff mostly, never like rap shit, so I stay out the way of that. Not really. I think it's just you know, feeling the music out and liking to listen to it and hearing what's coming next. And just like me being a fan of music all the way across the board makes it a dope process for me, you know what I'm saying? I look at like being in the studio every day as like a practice thing for me. I think that's why Ingleworld sounded like something that was on some next level shit, because every day I was literally in the studio for like 12 and 13 hours a day just working it out. Whether it be for my own stuff, for the next person's stuff, or for a producer, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? We was working. So I think that just like sonically elevated a nigga. I found easier pockets to be in, just different ways to rap, different ways to sing out them hooks of my own. Just, it's fun for me. You know what I mean? I love the process of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Either way it go. Man, Pharrell. I need a Pharrell collaboration. My guy Sean Meyerberg, Wizzo, who was in the joint with me rocking when we was on stage. Them is my 2 like go-to guys at the moment, man. And they just been doing their thing with me. I know I want to do a record with the Q guy that got the OG Bobby Johnson record. I'm really looking forward to working with Young Thug out the A. And then more music with my dog Wale. You know, that's really what I'm trying to get down for sure. I want to work with a couple like singing cats too. That's amazing to me. The dude Sanfa. I definitely want to work with this other cat named Maverick Saber out of the UK. And who else was it? Oh, Janae. Shout out to the homegirl too. I want to work with Janae Aiko for sure. We might do another fucking tour with Game, which would be amazing because they probably call us midnight before the day of the tour, like Game in typical Game fashion. Shout out to my bro though. That's my nigga Chuck for sure. But that joint is over in Europe, and that's an eye opener for me for sure. You know, to be able to get out of the country and do what we love to do. I gotta go get me a visa too, by the way. And you know, what was I gonna say next? Oh, the mixtapes. So the mixtape thing is my next thing. It'll be a 2-disc mixtape, 8 songs apiece, called Play Dirty and Stay Dirty. I'm not gonna drop off the hosting shit, but the hosting gonna be a big ass deal for niggas and shit like that, for the West Coast especially. and it's just gonna be a dope ass mixtape. A lot of lean influence in the music, so a lot of lean gonna come out of that record. But it's gonna be dope as hell. And then I haven't thought of a title for the album, but the shit that we've been making for the album, whatever it's gonna be called, is sounding fucking amazing. So shout out to y'all, cause y'all gonna get some dope shit. Find me online at twitter.com/SKEME or SkemeTheDuke.com, which is SKEMETHEDUKE.com. That's a long motherfucking, you know what I mean, log in, bitch. But the Instagram, no, Skeme the Duke, the same old way. If you didn't catch me the first time, use the asshole. But it's love, man. And then go up to live mixtapes, hot new hip-hops. The SoundCloud is Skeme, SGODB. Find me anywhere, man. Google a nigga, SKEME. Find me out. What up, the Skeme the Duke, and you rockin' with NEHip-Hop.com, yeah, bitch, you. Fuck with me. God damn. What the fuck? I'm out here starving, man. There's some niggas outside with do-rags on. That's love. But nah, it's going down, man. I need some lean every time I come to your city. I don't give a fuck what city you're in. If you watching from Boston, I don't give a fuck if you watching from Cabo San Lucas, my nigga. I need some lean. So fuck with me. Fuck with me the long way. What's happening?